Rose.
What up, Del?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the Cool Check-In.
Together with Jalen Jacoby, what is it that we do?
We give the people what they want.
Jalen, why are we in the big studio today?
D-Block.
'Cause we have big guests today.
D-Block.
We have
The locks.
not one of the locks.
Not two of the locks.
All three of the locks are right here in studio joining
Styles,
us later.
Chic, Jada are in the building.
What a special day for you to join us on Jalen and Jacoby. We will have the locks later, but we start in Indiana, where the Pacers snapped the Lakers' road win streak. And you know who powered the Pacers, Jalen Rose? Sabonis. Sabonis had 26 points, 10 for 15 shooting. Of course, the Lakers are always the headline, but I feel like today the story is about the Pacers.
And the reason why it should be about the Pacers and Nate McMillan is we're going to talk about the Lakers being without Kyle Kuzma and Anthony Davis and losing. Let's celebrate the Pacers and Nate McMillan winning without Victor Oladipo.
Without Victor Oladipo, and they looked good. Brogdon looked really good, and Sabonis, he's just got great footwork, nice, no highlight buckets, had a nice dunk on somebody, but it was a lot of just little mini hook shots, some just old man buckets down there. He's great.
Well, because he continues to attack. He's really aggressive. He understands his strengths and weaknesses. Brogdon did a terrific job making a big shot late. They always play defense. Turner had some timely stops. Dwight Howard for the Lakers was playing really well.
10 for 10 from the field.
Yeah, he was balling, but they held LeBron James in check. 0 for 6 from the 3 line. Rajon Rondo took an ill-advised 3 late. You got to find a way to get into the play. I would have liked to see Troy Daniels actually in the game, but they didn't have a timeout late, so I want to give the Pacers credit for getting it done on that.
Pacers deserve a lot of credit, and I also want to celebrate Brogdon. We talked about him a couple times, but especially towards the end of the first half, there's 3 straight possessions where he stopped LeBron James one-on-one defense. You'll see one right here, fighting over the pick, goes through the hesitation, makes a miss. Look at this. This is great defense from him. And then, like you said, he made a big shot at the end. He also made a big shot before the big shot. He had a floater. That's the floater right there. And then this is just a tough finish to win the game. Brogdon's good.
Now, Jacoby, I didn't play defense.
No, not at all.
But what do I always tell you never happened to me when I was an NBA player?
Dunked on.
Correct. Malcolm Brogdon has that footage as a member of the Bucks against LeBron James. So he understands going against the king, he got to stay focused. He understands the scouting report, and he's the adult in the room. You know what my nickname for him is?
The Senator.
Senator Brogdon.
Senator Brogdon.
Correct.
I don't know if it's going to stick, but I like it. I don't know if it's going to stick, but I like it. And let me just say something for the Lakers fans. This is actually an encouraging loss. You're not only without AD, you're without Kuzma. You got a great game from Dwight Howard, a great game from Bradley. The bench, Caruso was doing things, hitting threes and finishing. When you're missing 2 of your best 3 players, and LeBron ended up with 29 and 9, but he didn't have a good game.
No.
When you watch it, you're like, ooh, he did not have a good game.
2 areas I want people to pay attention to if and when the Lakers struggle.
Okay.
Not making the 3-point shot. And not making free throws.
The free throws were
Dwight
close.
Howard missed 2. LeBron James missed 2 late.
Dwight's weren't even close. Dwight's weren't even close. It's one thing, like Rondo's 3 at the end, sure, bad shot, but it was close. It was online. But those Dwight Howard free throws were not even close to close.
I'm going to tell you something you appreciate.
Okay.
Petty. And against the Hawks, LeBron James and Rondo joked about not passing each other the ball to the point where one time Rondo actually finished when LeBron thought he should have dropped him off a lob.
He tried to block his shot.
And he tried to block his shot.
I liked it.
So now you fast forward yesterday, LeBron wants the basketball late. Rajon Rondo has the basketball. Do you think he should have got it to the king?
Of course he should have got it to the king. And not only that, is LeBron started low, cut high, and then he got separation, and Rondo had the ball, and Rondo was like, you know what? I'm just going to pull. I'm just going to pull. I know I can give it to the best player in the world and let him cook, but I'm just going to pull today. Tried to block my shot last time we played. Well, the other team in Los Angeles, the Clippers, took care of business against the Suns, but I want to watch a little back and forth. Remember you said you never got dunked on? Well, both Paul George and Kelly Oubre cannot say that.
Kelly Oubre.
We got KG
Were
in the
they
house.
Oubre?
Look at Oubre on this one. Oh, see, you wouldn't have helped. That's the thing. That's where PG messed up. He came over to help. But it didn't end there. Give me that ball. He takes it down. What do you see on this one?
Well, a couple of things. Kelly Oubre looks to be in great shape. He has his bounce. He has his attitude. And he got Paul because he was lefty and he went strong. However, as an initiator of offense, you can't have that turnover. You got to get in the operating area and make a quality pass. I'm pretty sure Monty Williams told him that. And then of all people, Paul George, one of the best defenders in the league, steals the ball. He's in front of you, just like you were in front of Ingram. Let him go dunk it.
Another thing you don't want to do, you're only throwing lob passes from your own backcourt. You know what I mean? You throw lob passes into the post. You're trying to throw it over Paul George. Like if he doesn't get it, someone else is going to get it.
But it was great to see Ayton back in the lineup.
It really was good to see Ayton back in the lineup.
Yes, after his 25-game suspension.
And here's the thing about Ayton coming back. It's one thing when you come back from missing 25 games because of injury, but when you come back from being suspended, you don't miss a step. You know, he had what do you have here? 18 points and 12 rebounds. Like, this is not someone who's going to take some time to get their legs underneath them. He's been his teammates were saying he was practicing hard and working out, and he sort of like felt bad. So he looked really good. What does he add to the Suns?
That was a great point by you, because a player like Zion, they're going to struggle to get him back into the lineup because he has an injury to his lower extremity.
Yeah.
For Ayton, you come right back in the lineup. You practice with the team every day. You play your minutes.
Yeah.
He's going to bring rebounding, shot blocking, and somebody that can score in the post. Like, we've seen Booker have big games. The Phoenix Suns got off to a really good start. Rubio's playing quality minutes for them.
Baines is all right.
Baines,
but he's not real.
What did you say the Phoenix Suns did this offseason that was brilliant?
They have a very, very good free agent acquisition strategy.
James Jones.
White guys that everyone else slept on. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's like, oh, y'all gave up on Aaron Baines? I'll take him. Y'all gave up on Ricky Rubio? I'll take him. Y'all gave up on Dario Saric? I'll take him. No one's thinking about Frank Kaminsky. I'll get him on the cheap. Look at their team now. But they did start hot, and that philosophy was working, but now they're 11-16. Like, are they making a run, or is this a lottery team?
You know what? Those bottom spots in the West are open. Remember when it was a lock for 20 straight years that the San Antonio Spurs would make the playoffs? Remember the Golden State Warriors making it to the finals, winning 3 championships the last 5 years? They probably won't make it this year. So now it opens up some spots for teams like Sacramento, Minnesota, Phoenix. Can they now leapfrog and get in?
They got Ayton back, so they got like 5 or 6 weeks to see, like, where are we? What are we with Ayton? Are we an 8 seed? Are we a lottery seed? And let's adjust accordingly. Now, yesterday, remember LeBron James, I'm playing all 82 games. What if a kid buys a ticket? It's the only chance to ever see me play. I can't let that little child down. All the children in the world I'm going to make happy.
Like Mean Joe Green on the old school Pepsi commercial.
Well, Doc Rivers, he reacted. Let's check in with Glenn, Doc Rivers.
It's our philosophy. I don't know what theirs are. You know, I think theirs is whatever LeBron says it is, to be honest.
Makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me. But no, I think I like what we're doing. I think it's the smart thing to do. And, you know, who knows? We'll see at the end.
First of all, whatever LeBron wants is the right philosophy if you're the Lakers. They're like, who do you want to coach? Oh, you want Jason Kidd here? Oh, you don't want Carmelo? You do want Avery Bradley? Like, that's the right way to approach things if you're the Lakers. Is he kind of taking a shot at LeBron and the Lakers?
I want to bring you behind the curtain on something.
Please do.
You're going to appreciate this.
Okay.
You ready for this? What Jalen Rose gathered from that Doc Rivers sound.
What's that?
He don't like load management.
Really?
Yeah, remember, Chicago tough, played a long time in the league, a championship coach, okay? They already got fined for tampering with Kawhi Leonard. Now he's on their team. Earlier when Kawhi missed games, you remember Doc said the wrong thing at the podium about
That's right. Yep.
And they got fined again. And I told you the league was going to make sure rest and load management were erased from the stat sheet.
So
let me finish.
I don't like to back up your points.
You never do.
I don't like to back up your points, but I got one for you.
Okay.
You know why he doesn't like load management? How many games Kawhi missed? 8. You know what their record is in those 8 games?
What?
4-4.
Correct.
And if you're the head coach, you're like, listen, I know this has worked for you in the past, but we're about 700 when you play, and we're about 500 when you don't. So you gonna play today?
He said, I like it. He didn't say I love it. He said it was smart. He didn't say it was brilliant or genius. He said, we'll see. That's the key. In other words, if we win a championship, if we get a high seed, it's worth it. But let me tell you when it ain't worth it. If they play in the Lakers before the conference finals.
Well, they might be, but also, if you end up playing the Lakers in the playoffs and you're the Clippers, it doesn't matter whether you're high seed or not. Those are road games. They're all road games in the Staples Center.
But
the
distinction you just gave is teams now, when they see the other star players load managing, Anthony Davis, I saw him finish the previous game. He didn't play at Indiana. They lost. Joel Embiid didn't play. I saw Philly lose. The Clippers, you said they were 4-4. So teams around the league have now understood when they don't play their guys, let's go get this dub. And so for the Clippers, this may derail them from getting to the conference finals if they have to play the Lakers prior to, based on their regular season seeding.
Jalen, who's joining us right after this?
D-Block!
Who's D-Block?
The Locks. Styles P is in the building. Jada Kiss is in the building. Sheik Luch is in our building.
The Locks join us right here in studio right after this. Coming to you live from Pier 17 in the South Street Seaport, brought to you by Chase. Welcome back to Jalen Jacoby, Jalen Rose. Who's on the show with us?
This is a real family affair. I love these brothers so
We love you
very
too,
much.
baby.
Legends in the game.
Love, brother, always.
D-Block, here we go. Let's go live. The Ghost Styles P, the Silverback Gorilla, Sheik Luch, Top 5 DOA, Jada Kiss. They are in the building.
Yes, we
What's
are.
good, y'all?
So one thing that Jalen and I love so much about y'all is y'all are a real group. You know what I mean? And we feel like in your generation, there's so many classic groups of, MCs, but now it's been splintered a little bit. Like, why do you think that is in today's rap game?
They don't know each other. They was all put together.
Yeah.
I know their moms, and they know my mom's, rest in peace. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're kids and love each other like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think also, I think we came in as a team with a certain, like, we're going to stick together, we're going to make it together. And I think just the team mentality is probably what, brotherhood, camaraderie is more important than,
Our values, man.
all of the other stuff. We'll still be a group when there's no music.
Yeah. We made that oath though when we was little youngsters. Never let nothing come between us. Never let no cause or no effect be bigger than the group. And we've been carrying that out for 20 plus.
Solid.
That's love. That's real. And labels a lot of times, put the groups together, like you said.
Yeah,
Lou.
management and all that.
But then they also tear the groups apart. Hey, we sign you. Why don't we take you?
Yeah.
But in that era, you obviously were inspired by certain groups.
Yeah.
Who were some of the people that you guys were inspired by, Styles?
Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest, NWA. So
Absolutely.
many.
EPMD.
EPMD, of
Yeah,
course.
come on now, Wu-Tang
Big
Clan.
Daddy Kane.
You know what I mean?
You
Of
said
course.
groups.
Yeah.
Run
Mobb Deep.
DMC.
Yeah, Outkast.
Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Definitely the
We
mob.
naming all the gritty joints,
Yeah,
right?
MOP.
MOP.
I mean, it feels like I just got into y'all yesterday, but it's been almost, 25 years now that y'all have been together? Like, and the music business has changed like 7 different times since
Absolutely.
then. How has the music business evolved the most, Sheik?
Has it changed? Social media is the biggest change right now in the game.
Yeah,
I mean,
facts.
painting a picture on it's like it's painting a picture on how you're supposed to behave and act and rap, and it's no personal identity no more. That's why it's really, really changed with me. Besides the business money side of it, yeah,
That's privacy.
absolutely.
We came from the era where any good times or anything Styles was just telling Jalen when we went to his house one time when we was younger. But all of them type of things is just memories. Now, your privacy is to a minimum.
Jalen, you would have got kicked out of the league in like 3 years if they had social media back when you played.
Yes, no doubt about it. But being legends of the game and also being students of the game, and I'll start with you, Kiss, who are some of the acts you guys are fans of today?
Today, I like it all. I think you gotta have an open mind in order to stay creative, but I think Drake is dope. I think J. Cole is dope. I think Griselda is dope. The Griselda guys, Westside, Benny, Conway. I think, I love my brother Fab for holding down New York with us. I like it all though. I'm very open to hear it all. Plus my son, he brings what's new to him. He's knocking it out of his room, so I try to absorb it all and just take it in and for what it is.
Dave East came on the show and he acknowledged
That's how
Styles P as being his favorite rapper. So what do you guys feel when artists now come up to you and look at you guys and give you guys credit for all the things you accomplished in the game?
I feel like I'm an OG, man. I feel like when people talk about like I am Uncle Luch, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like I'm an OG with this, man. Absolutely.
It's good. It's good when the youngsters come for the game or come for advice or just want to kick it, because that means they want to evolve and have a career. And one thing about this rap game, you want to have a career, because you could come and you can go. But if you can make a career out of it, then, you know, you did something worthy.
Facts. I think people respect us because we stick to the craft, the youth. Like His said, we absorb it all in, so we don't treat the younger artists like we're better than them.
Word.
Like you stick to the craft, whether you young or old, our peers, we respect you, and that's first. And then we also always proud to see the generation behind us make more money than our generation. Every generation should be more successful than the last one, so it's good to see that many.
You can't say nothing about the new generation, man. My son is saying I'm hating. Yeah, but I like the Roddy Riches and all that.
Yeah.
Bumping.
Roddy's
Word, that's fire. What's my man out of Atlanta?
Lil Baby?
Baby, yeah, both
I like
of them
that
is
baby.
fire. Yeah.
The Baby?
I like that.
He can dance.
They both got bars.
Yeah, he got bars.
They song together. It's crazy.
It's so good to hear y'all hear this because the people of our age, you know, sometimes there's a little bit of like, oh, I don't like mumble rap, or
Young
it's
Thug,
not like the
man.
golden era and all that
Nah,
stuff.
some of
Like,
it is dope.
I
Some
listen
be
to all the
bumping
old stuff and the new
Yeah,
stuff.
you know what though? It was like a lot of people don't say it, but it was a lot of trash in the old era. Everybody was
Yeah.
There's always gonna be some
There was a lot of trash. It was.
There's some stuff I listened to where I was like, ooh, I can't believe
Yo, but
that.
it was different trash though.
It was
now
organic
it's like all
trash.
the same. Yeah,
It was organic.
at his trash.
It was organic.
Now it's 10 beats,
Yeah, now it's-
same flow.
Now it's synthetic trash.
You know, you guys are still coming out with great music, and you know, but do you ever like just sit back and look at the stars and be like, man, I got some banners. Like we won some championships. Like all of you guys have classic solo albums and the hits and what you guys have done together. Like, do you ever take a second to reflect on what you guys have accomplished up to this point while you're still in it?
Every day. Every day I wake up, you know, thank the Lord, thank the higher powers for, you know, for being alive for one, and just, you know, the success that we already had. You know what I mean? It's still going to be able to buy your mother a house, put your kids through college, buy yourself anything, go anywhere in the world, or, you know, just to be all right.
I really know when we step on stage and do like Benjamins and all them songs and the crowd is still like losing their mind, I'd be like, yeah, that's one of them stripes, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's dope. And that just reminded me of like, in the era of players teaming up in the NBA creating super teams, it reminded me of posse cuts. And you guys have been on some of the all-time classics with Big, with Jay, with X.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how is it when you know you're about to be on a posse cut, how much you got to bring it? Start with you, Styles.
I would say it's pretty much equivalent, I would say, to like a rap all-star game. Are you scrimmaging with, like, you know, for you, like, if you get somewhere, you know, it's a lot of ballers, everybody's nice, you just want to, especially with us three, because I already have them two to worry about all the time. Like, so
I like how you said worried about. That's dope. That's dope.
Like, these are my brothers, but I'm never going on a song
question.
like I want Kiss or Luch to have a better verse.
Right.
I always want the best verse, but if they get it, I'm happy and I'm content. But when it's all three of us and we somewhere, for me, I'm looking at it like food. That's food. We're gonna treat these guys like food. We're gonna eat them up. We're gonna do what we gotta do.
Absolutely.
We leave our mark. And I think you just go about it with respecting your peers and how nice they are, and then you kind of get a little cocky, edgy, and say, let me, you know, show my ass.
And we bring ourselves to the
Yeah.
table. I hate when other artists get on people's song and don't do them. Like if
Yeah.
I get Busta on the record, I want Busta to be all the way Busta. I want MOP to be all the way MOP. I don't want him to change it to Styles or Jada. Like, you know what I mean? Do you. And that's what we bring. We on, you know.
Yeah, it gotta be a little bit of blood in the sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cool to have colleagues and peers, and like they said, we already a three-man, one of the arguably best three-man groups ever.
No doubt.
So we already got it. It's already tough, you know, every day doing songs with them. So when we step in them type of realms where Big is there, or Hov, or Nas, or one of them, it's just another gear you gotta go into the, you know what I mean? Or anybody. It's not even them. Anytime you stepping outside the camp and working with other people, you always want to bring your sharpest swords.
Well, I know why you say arguably, but I'm gonna say you guys are definitely one of the best groups ever. That's my personal opinion, but I'm gonna say that out
That's all
loud and
facts.
for real. So,
Thank you.
you know, of course, we're gonna ask the question: are we gonna get a Locks album?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, 1,000%. It's wrapped up. We just waiting on a few technical things. Album's done.
Album's done?
Breaking news.
Album's done?
No more recording.
There's no more recording.
Breaking news. Wow.
So when you've got something like that in the can, like, don't you just want it out as soon as possible?
Me, I'm going crazy. I want it out like yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like having a winning lottery ticket, but you can't cash
You
it.
gotta make sure it's right. You know, it's a different climate in music. It's a different thing. You know, Rock Nation just want to make sure all the technical things, all of the marketing, all of that stuff is in line. So when we launch full-fledged.
Well,
We got
listen.
a documentary, a new Locks doc that you're gonna see a side of us that the world never seen. That's gonna come out with the album too. So we got some surprises for you.
No, that's exciting. It's so good to talk to you guys about music, but this is ESPN.
That's
This is ESPN, so we're going to talk about sports. Stay tuned. Jalen Jacoby, we got the Locks with us. We'll be back right after this. Tonight, doubleheader on ESPN starting at 7. We have Jimmy Butler and the Heat going back to Jimmy Butler's old stomping grounds in Philly to take on the Sixers and Embiid. And in the nightcap, Kemba and the Celtics taking on the suddenly hot without Luka Mavericks. That's at 9:30. And I'm not going to see my children afternoon on Christmas because Christmas basketball is here. Y'all gonna have your presents, and then once lunch is out, I'll be watching ESPN and ABC and Jalen Rose in a crisp suit, no doubt, on Countdown, because you see that 5-game lineup right there. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen Rose, who's joining us in the studio today?
The Locks are in the building.
Yes.
Jada, Chic, Styles in here
sir.
to join us. We had a really good time talking about music, but this is ESPN, so we want to talk to you about sports. We're going to start with the trash Knicks. They fired their coach. They finally won a game last night. They're absolutely trash.
They won by 20, man.
I know they beat the Hawks. Jada, I'll start with you. How do you feel about the Knickerbockers' season and future?
I really don't know, man. It starts upstairs. You know what I mean? I didn't like that fire in the Fizz. I think they should have kept him because it ain't like they gave him much to work with. You know what I mean? And they put too much on him with too little bit of time, with not enough, damn near no pieces. Dolan, I think Dolan makes so much money he don't really care about the Knicks.
Yeah.
And until he really, until it hits him, and he starts really caring and spending money and doing the right thing, then we're gonna still be in the same situation for a while, if you ask me.
Chic, have you lost a little love for the Knickerbockers?
Nah, see, I'm a different kind of fan. I'm with anything New York.
Oh.
That's like me. That's my guy.
Oh, he said the Knicks. I'm with anything. I'm just giving you the truth of the Knicks. He took my
See,
name.
he'll die easy,
Oh, yeah,
fan.
I'll jump off a team.
He'll jump off teams quick.
real
I'm riding or die.
I'm not loyal. I'm not
New
loyal.
York.
I'm good.
I'm not loyal.
I don't care what's going on. I'm
My
like, yo,
shoulders hurt from having New York on my back. I'm just telling you about the Knicks.
they good.
Oh, and so when you say anything New York, does that also include the Nets?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bruce just want anybody
Styles, you
from
shaking
New
your
York
head.
to
Why
win.
is that?
That's what I'm about. So Styles, you first. Will New York ever be a Nets town?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the youth nowadays. But it will always be a Knicks town.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
the
Mecca,
Knicks
man.
first.
World's most
The
famous
Knicks need to
season.
change the colors. They got to get rid of Dolan and change the
Change
colors.
the colors.
Get rid of Dolan, change the colors.
Change,
Trust
those,
me.
are, those are the colors from the flag.
Change the colors, bro.
What do you got in mind? What do you got in mind?
Navy blue, white, charcoal gray, steel gray.
Listen up, Knicks PR.
No, not they don't keep the Knicks away from anything orange. It's just wrong, dog. And
So-
blue.
so-
They got to change the colors, get rid of Dolan. There's a lot we need to do as the Knicks.
You've been
Like,
thinking about this a lot, I can tell.
get rid of Dolan. You got to change the colors, and you got to get. I don't know how they let Durant get to Brooklyn, man.
Yeah.
Whoever's the staff,
he got
they-
hurt.
Sell it. It couldn't sell.
that's the problem. Like this should have been an easy sell. Like the Nets is New Jersey, first of all. I mean, they're here now, but they started from New Jersey. I love Jersey, the other part of New York, but it's still
no doubt.
it's not like this is New York. We suck.
So I got something for you. I got a remedy for y'all. I got a remedy for y'all. Y'all rep New York and Yonkers so hard.
Yeah.
Forget the Knicks. Just go all in on the Westchester Knicks. They got a team up there for y'all. The Knicks.
Nah, bro.
No?
They should let me coach the Westchester.
Yeah, you go. I bet they will. I'll write a strongly worded email. I'll get you coaching the Westchester
Let me
Knicks.
coach the Westchester Knicks.
They putting out a product just as good.
We have Fat Joe on the show, and I agree with this. You guys are performers. There's a certain mystique that comes with each stage. And I try to tell people in the media, Barclays Center stage will never match MSG.
No, because you know why? MSG I ain't been to every arena, but all arenas, I feel like the Garden, we respect the dirty plays. We respect you jumping on the floor. We respect the plays that the average
that's
fan.
Mason in them.
Yeah,
bro. You know
when
that.
the average fan you watching TV, you might want the dunk, the three, this like a New York Madison Square Garden.
Respect
Person
some good
respect
elbow.
a good elbow, a good grit, a
Energy
good
is up.
rebound, a good bounce pass, a good anything that's helpful. We like it. We respect it and we love it. And we'll boo the crap out of you for anything.
Knowledgeable fans.
This arena though, it'll never be nothing better than that.
Yeah.
The Knicks,
Garden.
that's kind of the reason why it's hard for them to win, because the games are sold out, whether they're 82-0 or 0-82 or 0-72 or whatever it is. There's big meetings going on in the stands, big Wall Street deals is going. So he's kind of spoiled with the clientele that goes on in the Garden. You know what I mean? So I don't know what it's gonna take.
If the Nets win
out
the
of
chip,
that mindset,
that's gonna
maybe.
change.
The Nets go
If
far.
the Nets win the
that
chip,
might
that'll
help.
change. They're
That
gonna
might
have
help.
They got a
to
chance
figure
next
something
year.
out.
Now,
'cause-
Sheik, I'm asking you. You guys performed at Barclays recently. I know you guys performed at the Garden before.
So, man, I missed
Is
the
it
show.
different?
The other day.
Is it different performing at those two places?
Absolutely. No, but then again, Brooklyn got a lot of, it'd be love over there, man.
Lot of-
Of course.
A lot of energy. I would go with the Garden, though. Yeah, the Garden is extra energy.
Something special
Yeah.
about
Historic.
it.
It's just about just being in the Garden. Like it's the Garden, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's that place.
I feel like that as a fan. Even
You know?
go to other ones. Now, we're gonna talk about LeBron James. Obviously, the Lakers are hot. They lost last night. But they got 4 losses on the season. I'll start with you. What do you think about what LeBron has done with this year's Lakers team?
Exactly what I thought he was going to do, and exactly what the world knew he was going to do. You know, last year not making the playoffs, that put an extra chip on his shoulder. You know, he got with Matt, he got with the front office, got his pieces in there, and now he's doing what he's supposed to do.
No doubt.
The biggest
I
help.
want that brother to, I know Mox probably like, my man
biggest
Tony Mox
help.
like, yo, what is he talking about? I want him to win though, man. I want him to do good. Even though you just said you New York all day. I hate when people hate on him because he's doing so good.
I mean,
Like,
Then
yo,
your championship favorite? Clippers. In the West, the Bucks. What do you think, Sheik?
LA.
Which one?
Bron. That's what I'm talking about from the beginning, Bron.
I want to talk about load management.
Please, let's talk about that.
I don't like it one bit.
Me either.
I think, in all due respect, at least it should be a time limit before All-Star break. It should be no possibly reason you should have.
Good point.
I haven't heard that one yet. I like that.
I mean, yeah, they gotta bring me in. I need to.
Yeah. It's like y'all just had 3 months off.
Yeah, I don't-
Like, what are we managing now?
No, after that, I can see, or it should be a certain amount. It should be some type of regulation to
Or the
load
age.
management. Nah, not even. If you there, you can
maybe.
play.
I'm not with it neither. I want to. If you pay, you should see people play. But then you got to think a lot of them probably watch what Coach Pop, how many rings he got from load manager, right or wrong. Like he
He did it before it was load management.
That's
He
what I'm saying.
invented
But he
it.
did it. So he
It's
invented
so
it. and
easy
he
for
made
something.
it-
Oh, I got a shoulder thing. I got a knee thing.
He had a dynasty team where he could sit Timmy
That's
in
true.
one of them and still win.
Yeah, that's
show
true.
up.
He had enough. That's true.
Yeah, do that.
I agree with you on that.
So Jalen was at the front row of the Terrence Crawford fight, screaming the entire time.
Watch blood work.
I know y'all watched it too. What do you think of Terrence Crawford?
I think he's the hands down the best boxer out right now.
Pound for
I
pound?
would pound for pound easily, not pound for pound, pound for pound. I would have loved to see him and Spence fight. God bless Spence. Hope he recovers well, gets back to 100%. But I think Bud he's ambidextrous. He got dog in him. He don't mind mixing it up, and he showed his character. That wasn't a slip either, though.
No, it was
He
not a
got knocked
slip. That was not a slip.
He got knocked down, but that made me love him even more because that showed.
Special.
I mean, it wasn't smart to fight like that, but it showed that he cared about the fans and that he got dog in him.
So Jada, I follow you on social, so I know you're watching football games, giving your picks and everything. What do you think about Lamar Jackson and what he's done to the league?
Hands down MVP. The way he made the shift in the transaction from last year, he won. He had that nice little string of winning the games, but wasn't enough to really make it through the playoffs. They figured him out. He came back this year, pocket passer, able to run when he want to run. The team wants to see him win. Ingram is behind him, his number one cheerleader, his halfback. I think
Love
they
that.
could possibly win the Super Bowl.
Sheik, what's going on with New York football?
I was
Jets
running,
and Giants.
I was gonna say I was running with the Jets, but I ain't been following. I've been running around so much. I ain't been following too much football. But I'm with the Jets. Yeah,
Jets might be a lottery.
I'm with the Jets. Yeah,
It might get a lottery.
they just be filling me in with that.
I ain't gonna lie, Jets need to change the colors too.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like that.
I like that too.
We got the old Eagles colors,
Jets,
right?
Mets, Knicks. Somebody need to. It's 2020, man. Somebody got to do something, man.
I like that idea. I like that low management idea too.
There's a big heavyweight fight coming up. I know you guys pay attention to the fight game like we do, and that's between Wilder and Fury. So Anthony Joshua is training with Fury because he wants Fury to win because he thinks that Wilder won't fight him. What do you think about Joshua training with Fury?
I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that's
not
really.
smart.
I think that's really stupid because even if now you have to fight him, you're training with the man. He knows. He sees your pluses. He sees your negatives. He probably could tell when you get tired, when you get excited.
Absolutely.
He could
That's
look
the
at
wrong
your
move.
eyes. He could read your body language. I think that's.
Why are they doing
I think
it, though?
Joshua.
Why?
I don't know. That's just.
He's
dumb,
kind of
though.
taking a shot at
I
Wilder.
think whoever's on his corner or his camp, I think.
Bad advice.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's horrible. And one, Tyson Fury is not a typical boxer. He moves very awkward. He doesn't do anything like really traditional, which makes him good. Joshua's kind of more traditional, so Fury will be able to get his game down and understand to whereas I don't think Joshua will be able to do the same with Fury. And if they fight, that would be a negative for Joshua, I believe.
It's actually probably helping Fury more than Joshua.
Oh.
Because with his awkward way of boxing, like P said, he's learning some traditional stuff to mix with that awkwardness, and is more of a plus. Because I don't think Joshua's going to be able to get any of Fury's movements and all of that is crazy.
Wilder ain't having it with none of them.
No, he's like a beast, right? Crazy.
And then that's not good for Joshua because Fury and Wilder seen him lose to Ruiz, even though he won the next one. So they may not. That may make Wilder look at you like you even weaker. That may put an animal on him to go, I'm gonna just knock this dude's head off.
There's a lot of animal in Wilder. There's a lot of animal in Wilder.
But Joshua's a great fighter. He's
Yeah,
a
he
great
is.
boxer.
He
He
is.
can hit.
No
he
doubt.
can hit hard. You know, he got the skills to pay the bills.
Stay tuned to Jalen Jacoby. The Locks will continue to stay with us after the break.
Yes.
Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. We have the Locks with us now. ESPN Inside Jargon. The first segment's the A block. The second segment's the B block. The third segment's the C block. What's the fourth segment? D block! This is the D block of Jalen and Jacoby. Appreciate you guys coming in. Now, I saw something on Instagram. It's called Passenger Shaming. That's the account. And I really wanted to show this to y'all. And I want you to answer, each of you to answer, but starting with you, Styles. What do you do if you see someone doing this on a plane?
Oh, man.
Someone's doing that next to you on a plane.
Next to me?
Next to you.
I'm afraid.
Yo, look at this guy.
Nah, you gotta get up. You gotta stop, fam. You gotta get up.
Absolutely.
You gotta get up. You gotta move.
And that's to tap your dog.
Yeah. You gotta that's disgusting. That's disrespectful. It's disgusting.
That ain't just filming. That's gonna go dog.
He's lucky he didn't get assaulted from. That's like. I don't know. You should be able to do something to that person.
Emergency landing.
That's what I'm saying.
You should be able to do something to that person.
Jada, what do you do if someone does that next to you on a plane?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Kids more like gonna film him. Like my homie did, like, and all that. Me and P like a film.
You gotta get up, dog.
I'm gonna film him.
You gotta get up.
Get away from him.
Yeah, like, yo.
I don't want to touch him, so I ain't gonna.
I ain't gonna lie.
I got to.
You could green tea spill on his foot.
Yeah, I got to.
Hot tea
Yeah, I know
spill.
stuff like that. I got them kind of stuff. The coffee off the.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Jason Kidd.
Oh, that's hilarious. So you guys are legendary performers and artists, but I like to bring people behind the curtain and talk to you guys about, and I'll start with you first, Styles. What are some of your passions outside of music?
Reading. Can't say the other one in this state yet.
Medicinal.
Yeah, medicine. Film. I love film. I like watching movies. I like reading, chiefing. Trails too. I like hiking trails, like where I live. Nature stuff, animals, bugs.
Juice bar.
Pharmacy for life, juice bar.
Yeah.
What about you?
Life.
What about you?
Hey,
Chief?
exercising. I just started jogging a lot, man. I find like real peace in that, man. It's like crazy. Big as I am, I be getting out there and getting it.
Yeah.
I be with my son a lot with his AAU basketball and his school, St. Joe's and all that. Shout out to y'all. And real estate, stuff like that, and just, music. That's it.
What about you, Kiss?
Right.
Lemonade. I like sneakers. I like collecting watches. Of course, my family, my kids. Shopping. Music.
Any of the fly stuff, you know where to go. He can tell you all that.
All right, it is time for a segment that we call Soft Move or Boss Move. Nick Cannon recently recorded not one, but 2 diss tracks about Marshall Mathers, Eminem. I want to get your thoughts. Do you think that's a soft move or a boss move? Start with you, Kiss.
And I love Nick Cannon. That's my bro, man. I think I don't really know all of the preliminaries. Is it any specific? Is there any
Nah, I didn't hear
reason
him
why
yet.
he
Some
did
Mariah
it?
Carey references in the past.
Yeah, but was it any reason why he did it now, or
On Joe's album, he kind of bubbled it up a little bit.
M brought it
bubbled
back
it
Yeah,
up?
a little bit. What do you two think?
Nick's my man. M is this crazy though. M is nice. M ain't nice for a white boy. M is just nice.
Yeah.
Period. Like Nick just seem like he's just having fun. You sure he really want it or?
I haven't heard it.
Me either. I ain't hear the lyrics yet. You heard
To
it?
nobody's
I
fault.
have heard it.
What do you think?
I don't think he should have did that.
Alright.
You leave Marshall alone.
Soft move.
I want to thank y'all for coming through. The Locks
doubt.
broke news.
Much
They got a new
love.
album
Yeah.
coming out soon.
That's
We'll
right.
be back with more right after this. Thank you so much for tuning in to television version of Jalen Jacoby. But don't forget, subscribe to the podcast. We always have exclusive content on the podcast you won't get on television, like today with The Locks.
We just had the Locks on our show.
I can't believe it. I can't believe
Seriously?
it. Congratulations to us.
Exactly.
Congratulations
We're in the
to
big
us.
studio now.
Well, it is Wednesday.
Yes,
Every
indeed.
Wednesday we celebrate the more intelligent, the more responsible, and the generally superior gender of our species.
Stronger, harder
The
working.
women, with
more
Women's
disciplined.
Wednesday. And today, we have history. History in darts. At the PDC World Championship, there was a match. And the Englishwoman, Fallon Sherrick, became the first female to ever win a match against a male with this double 18. 36 right there. That wasn't actually it, it was the next one. But she is the very first. And here's the Wednesday where we always celebrate women. What a historic occasion.
Yes, indeed.
Quick question for you. Are darts cultural?
Regional.
What region?
South.
What region? Oh no. Do you play darts?
I have.
Do you know how to score darts? If we play,
I don't know how to score them.
You have no idea how to score darts.
I played darts when I was like at juke joints, the places that have pool tables. I
Yeah.
played a little bit,
I
but
think
it's
darts
not
are
something that I'm
I think darts are not
really
regional, they're
into.
cultural. I think they're cultural.
But it's like a pool table, right? It's one of those things that sometimes people have but never use.
yes. Oh yeah. No. And if you do have a dartboard at your house, you also got a bunch of holes in your wall around the dartboard. Moving on, we have an update. Something we've been waiting for a while. A Zion Williamson update. Here's the latest. He is fully weight bearing. That knee that he had surgery on. And we saw him shooting some shots. Here he is hitting some baseline threes. I don't know if that's going to be his game when he gets to the league, but shout out to him. But we still have no timetable on his return. Now remember, this injury is usually about 4 to 6 weeks, and we are right now in that 4 to 6 week window. When do you think we will see Zion, and what would be your advice to him and the Pelicans?
I got some NBA advice. It's really important. You know how we're eliminating load management and rest from the vernacular? For Zion Williamson, we can't keep saying fully weight bearing.
No, great point. Great point. Yeah.
Right? Is that
there
fair?
another term we can use?
Right. They haven't used that with nobody else in the 30 years I've been affiliated with the league. I haven't heard that term.
Fully weight bearing. That's a really good point. But the Pelicans have lost not 10, not 11, not 12, 13 games in a row. I mean, remember, there's a lot of people thought this was going to be a playoff team. They had a nice collection of players.
Oh, a lot of people.
Lakers.
Oh, a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a lot of people.
Not you.
Oh, a lot of people like you?
Yeah.
Not easy, Jacoby. You adopted this team. They lost 12, 13 in a row.
Did I ever fix my lips and say they're going to make the playoffs?
You adopted
Did I
them
ever
as your
do that?
squad?
Did I ever do that?
How do you feel about Zion?
You want to know my
coming
honest
into the
answer?
year?
I have no idea if I said they're not. but
I'm worried about this,
One
Jacob.
thing I don't want to hear is Zion should sit out the year. I don't want to hear that. I really don't. It's just like, you can't, if he can play, let's say in mid-January, you're going to have him sit for what, 3 months of basketball? That's just not good for him.
Jacoby, we've talked about this on this program already. Unfortunately, I don't believe Zion Williamson will ever play 82 games. He's 19 years old. 19, not 29, not 39, and hasn't played an NBA debut yet. He's on a squad that's going to the lottery, that's on a consecutive losing streak. I hate to bust your bubble, and you hope to see him play in February, in March, in April.
Yeah, I do.
But if you're the franchise, you don't want him to get hurt
Here's
in
the
meaningless
thing.
games.
Look at Joel Embiid. He's never going to play 82 games, but he is going to be an all-star, and he could potentially carry a team to a championship.
I just lured you in. And what was they doing? It was called the process, and they was tanking.
Yeah.
And that's what the Pelicans,
And that's what the
might
Pelicans
as well
are doing.
do.
They lost 13 games in a row.
That's what they might as well do.
Turn it around
That's
and
what
make the playoffs?
That's my point.
Oh,
so why
yeah.
put them out there? If you're trying to tank?
Because I think it's good for basketball players to play basketball.
I do
Get
too.
used to the speed.
I do
You know,
too.
Remember when Paul George was coming back from his
I do
injury?
too.
They
I do
had him play at the end of that year
Yes,
to get him
yes,
ready for the next year.
yes.
That's what I would do with Zion Williamson.
Paul George is built a lot different than Zion Williamson.
Well, the Warriors, they had a bid, yo. They did a full decade retrospective. You look back at the decade the Warriors had.
Sean Livingston.
Yeah, I mean, they had a very interesting decade. Some high
Andre
highs,
Iguodala.
some championships. Oh, there's one thing though. They did not have a shot of Kevin Durant.
Ooh.
In the decade retrospective, he played 30% of the decade. He brought them 2 championships, 3 finals trips, played his way back into the finals, and then hurt himself pretty severely. And he did not get a single frame.
I'm just glad my guy Jared Jack got some love.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm glad Monte Ellis got some love. This is straight shade. But it's a two-way street. Because while Kevin Durant has been doing a lot of talking about his time with the Warriors hadn't been doing much talking. But now they about that action. And this is a perfect example of that. You don't just ignore a guy that won finals MVP back-to-back.
No.
And 2 championships.
No.
That was done on purpose.
That was rude. That was rude.
That's like doing a promotion for this show and leaving me off.
I'd like to do that, actually. That sounds like great. I want to thank the Locks for coming through. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to our podcast.
We
always
graduated.
have exclusive content in the podcast. We have it
Team
today
Lock.
with the Locks as well. We'll be back tomorrow, ESPN 2 at 2.